Hey everybody, Emily here. I just wanted to pop in because I know when you just start coaching, or maybe you think, maybe I want to work the business, but I'm not even exactly sure how to do it or like how long to spend on doing different things. So I just wanted to show you guys one way that you can either sit down with an hour focused work time, or maybe you only have 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 30 minutes here. I just want to show you how you can do all of the activities that will be working on building your business in an hour a day. And whether that, again, that looks like 1 hour solid or 15-minute chunks, however it works. But I just wanted to take you through what we call the power hour. And I'm not going to stop it to do the actual work times. But when you're watching this, if you want to work through it on your own, you can just pause it when it's at that screen and do that action item for that amount of time. But all right, you guys, let me share my screen so I can show you what my power hours usually look like. Just 1 second here. All right. So, and I actually made this for our Team Cup team. So shout out to Team Flyby, but I liked it so much. I just wanted to kind of share it with all of you. If you are struggling or if you are looking for like a compass in the direction that you need to head. So, all right. So the very first thing that I do when I start working is friend requesting or following new people. Why do I do that? Well, when you start this business, maybe you have 100 Facebook friends, 200 Instagram followers, whatever, and maybe you have 5,000. No matter what it is, I just want to let you know that it's okay and that you will connect and meet new people. You will build up that following because what you have when you start is what you call your warm market. They're usually friends, close friends, maybe people you went to school with, and family members. Well, you can cycle through your warm market for a long time, depending on how many that you have. But at some point, you're going to run out of people to be inviting to your challenge groups, inviting to the coaching opportunity. But at some point, you're going to have to dive into what we call a cold market, which is people that maybe you didn't know before this, people that you connect with on social media. So when you just make it a goal to add 5 people minimum each day, that's going to add up. That's 150 people a month. That's crazy, right? Wait, is that math right? Yeah, that's 150 people a month. So slowly after time, you'll build and build and build. And as you're being consistent and posting every single day, people are going to start following you along on your journey. And at some point, they will join you. But you got to start somewhere, right? You have to start friending people and making new connections on social media. And that can be scary to some people. I absolutely get that. I used to feel the same way. But if I hadn't have put myself out there, if I hadn't have reached out to people that I didn't know, there's so many people on our team, in our challenge group, that I never would have met. So I always think we have the most incredible opportunity to share with others. Weight loss and health and fitness is something that most of our world struggles with and most of our world needs. So us not getting to know people, us not sharing the tools that we have that work, it's almost like a disservice to them. So just think that you are connecting with these people because you do care about building relationships. This really is a business of relationships. And just don't be nervous about putting yourself out there. You never know if that person that you add today is going to be your top coach in 6 months. So I just want to challenge you all to, even if you're scared, do it anyways. So you can set a timer for 5 minutes. A lot of mornings I'll do it for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Just because I want to add as many as possible because I want to grow my business quickly. So all of these activities that I'm going to go through, this is if you really have just an hour to give each day. And it also depends on your goals. So if you have huge goals, if you want to build this business so quickly, you're probably going to want to do 2, 3, 4 times as much that I recommend on each slide, which is what I've been like working towards day in and day out, and I'm slowly building. But so if you're just starting, set your timer for 5 minutes, go to Facebook, go to your friends list. And if you have friends that maybe you've talked to already, or that you think that they would be a great coach or a great challenger, then go to their friends list. So go through and look at those people. If they fit your avatar friend, or if they're your avatar, friend them. What do I mean when I say avatar? Kind of your niche market, kind of your target audience that you're looking for. And if you aren't sure what that is yet, it's time to sit down and think about, who do you want to attract to your team? Who do you really want to focus on that you can connect with the most? For me, a lot of things I focus on are dog mom. I have a ton of human baby moms too. But sometimes I feel like I'm not the best at relating to them since I don't have a child yet. But I absolutely love learning from the moms that I do have. And I know it's just going to help me when I do have a child someday. But Dog Moms is huge for me. Chicago Cubs, I'm a huge Cubs fan. That's a big thing for me that I try and connect with. I'm a Midwest girl, but living in California. And I've met a lot of people from like the Midwest and from California with different ways I've searched for that. I love motivating others and sharing healthy recipes and just stuff like that. So just start thinking about people that you like to connect with, people that you can see on your team someday. Maybe there's something that you're really interested in, like say the Chicago Cubs. So Facebook literally has groups for everything. Just type in the search bar something that you're really interested in. I know my friend Jen loves Doctor Who. And while I don't know a lot about it, there are so many groups that she's in on Facebook that she has connected and met people just because you join that. So join a couple of groups. Maybe you love hiking. Join a couple of hiking groups and you can make some great friends and connections that way. So definitely you don't have to be looking for just people that are already interested in health and fitness because they probably already have something that works for them, right? But think outside of the box. Think outside of what you do as a health and fitness coach and your interests that you love and those people that you would probably automatically, hang out with and be friends with anyways. So that's one tip on Facebook that I do. Definitely go to your friends of friends list and then join groups of things that you have interest about so you can meet people that way. On Instagram, the way that I meet people on Instagram is mostly by hashtags. So you can search by location, by name, by hashtags. You can search by all of that stuff on Instagram. So the thing that I do the most, what I've really been doing lately is the hashtag Go Cubs Go. And then there's one that has a red heart and a blue heart at the end. I searched that one because I'm thinking, first of all, it's probably going to be a woman, right, that uses the hearts and the hashtags. And I've met so many people from searching that. But you can search maybe your town if you want to meet some local people and just meet people that way. So when I do find somebody, when I search like the hashtag, I'll go to their page real quick. I'll look through just the first like maybe 5, 6, 7 photos and just feel like if I get a vibe, kind of see if maybe they're already a coach, maybe they work with another network marketing company, which I don't let that stop me at all. I still friend them if they sell oils or makeup or any of that. But just kind of get the vibe and see what they're like. And if there's someone that you could see being on your team or in your challenge group, add them and friend them. And while you're doing this, you guys, track. It is so important to keep track of the friends that you add. Otherwise, how are you going to be able to go back and show them love on pictures? How are you going to be able to find them and invite them and thank them for following you back? So you have to find the way to track that works best for you. What I use is Asana. It's Asana. It's a free platform. And you can just go in and you can put in your prospects. You can set tasks for when you need to follow up with them. It definitely works for me. Before that, I was a pen and paper person and I would write down everyone that I'd met, but I started losing notebooks or losing pages here or there. So I definitely have gone electronic, but if you are a pen and paper person, by no means, or like by all means, do that. Do what works for you. And if you have to try out a couple different methods, maybe you make a spreadsheet or, you try writing it down or check out Asana, but whatever works for you, just track. I did not track for so long and I always sit and wondered, like, did I let somebody slide through the cracks? Somebody that could be on my team right now. So track. And then the 5-3-1 rule, you guys, I heard somebody talk about this and I just really liked this. So when you make a new friend, I always try and like 5 of their posts, comment on 3 of their posts before I send them one message. And it doesn't have to be all in the same sitting. And that's why tracking is so important. Maybe today you just go through and like a couple and comment on one. And then tomorrow you want to, do the other. And then in 4 days, you'll send them their first message. But that's why it is so important to track and just kind of show them some love, get to know them a little bit. So it can be a little more personal when you do send them that first message. But I don't like to be someone that just adds them and right away sends a cold invite. I have done that from time to time and different things work for different people, but I do really like to focus on building the relationship before I even go to the invite. So set your timers, do the 5 minutes at least, and add 5 people minimum on Facebook or Instagram or both. So after that, the next thing I do is work on messaging prospects or new friends. So spend at least 10 minutes doing this, and you want to send at least 5 messages minimum. So who are these people that you're going to be messaging? The people that have accepted your friend request that you've tracked and that you've gone through and you've shown them a little love on their pictures and on their posts, and you really feel like there's somebody that you connect with. So that's someone that you can send a message to. And you can send something as simple as, hey, and I always say their name. There's a lot of people that do, hey girl, which that's totally fine too. I just love saying their name. So I'd be like, hey Sarah, I can't believe we're already halfway through February. And of course, alter this depending on what time of the year it is, what month it is, and everything. Any big plans this year, this holiday, this weekend, etc. Simple as that to make the first connection. And that's the thing, you guys. People get scared because they think right away they have to be like, hey, do you want to join me? I'm a Beachbody coach. Do you want to sign up for a Tom's group? You absolutely don't have to. You work on building that relationship and getting to know them. So you want to focus on making that personal, but short. They don't want to read a novel the very first time you ever connect with them. And this is where you can really dive into how you met them and the other interests that you have. So if you are a dog person like me, you could be like, hey, I was just looking at your feed and I just love that toy that your dog has. Where did you get it from? And how old is your pup? Or I heard somebody that was a teacher that was just like, oh my goodness, that poster in your classroom was so cute. Where did you find it? So this is why you want to be looking at their page and seeing what interests they have so you can make it personal when you send them. So set your timers for at least 10 minutes and send at least 5 messages to new friends that you made or prospects, maybe somebody that you have already connected with and just haven't heard from in a little bit. So do that now. And then the next one is going to be follow-ups. I used to be terrified of follow-ups. I would never do follow-ups because I thought I was bugging people. And then I realized that's the craziest mindset ever. And I have to tell you guys, most of my sales, most of my new coaches are from follow-ups. Absolutely. So this activity, this is what I spend a lot of my time doing is follow-ups. And I even have a follow-up Friday thing now where almost every Friday, I will sit down and follow up with every single person I have on my list just to get like a blitz out before the weekend comes. But it's not being annoying or salesy. I promise you, it is because we care. When I got over that mindset that I'm just going to bug them, and then I started thinking, no, I want them to join me. This is going to be a great gift for them to have in their life. That helped me so much. And here's a quick little sales statistic for you. And there's actually a ton of follow-up statistics. If you just Google image search it, you'll be blown away. But 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact, you guys. Not the 1st, not the 2nd, not the 3rd, not even the 4th, the 5th, all the way up to the 12th. How many times have you reached out to people? Just one or twice, and you wondered why you're not having any success? It's because most people need time to process it, need time to think about it, need to be reminded because life gets busy. And then only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. So what does that mean? 10% of salespeople get 80% of the sales. That is why it is so important to follow up. And I will tell you, when I first started coaching and I was terrified to follow up, I was terrified to send messages. I would send one message, and if they didn't respond or if they said no, not right now, I never messaged them again. And then fast forward 6 months, a year later, I'd see that they're coaching or doing another business or something. And I'm like, why didn't I stay on top of them? That could be mine. So you don't want to lose them to somebody else because you don't care enough to follow up. So follow-ups mean you care. And you can follow up with people with a message like this, and you can absolutely tweak it to anything that you want. But you can be like, hey, Sarah, I had you down on my list of people to follow up with, and I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. I wanted to check in and see how you're doing. I hope you've had an awesome start to the year. I know we had chatted about you joining in on a previous boot camp, but it just wasn't the right time for you. I know how crazy life can get, but I wanted to circle back and see if you're still interested. I have another boot camp kicking off on February 25th, and I wanted to make sure I save you a spot if you are. Let me know. I've been thinking about you, and I wanted to make sure we touch base so I can help you rock your 2019 goals. And something just as simple as that, you all. And absolutely put a date in there. Even if you don't have a new group starting, if you are in our challenge group, it's just kind of like a running challenge group, just throw a date in there because it gives like a sense of urgency and let them know that there are limited spots and I want to save your spot. But just a list like this can absolutely, or a message like this can spark their interest. And how many times has someone sent you a message, you read it, but you're busy and can't respond, and then you completely forget about it? So when you send a follow-up like this, they may be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I got busy and then I had this vacation and all this stuff. But chances are they probably just got busy and just forgot to get back to you. So when they have a message like this pop up, they're like, okay, well, now's the time. I'm ready now. So follow-ups, set your timer for at least 10 minutes and get those follow-ups done, you guys. All right, this one may push people out of their comfort zones. It used to freak me out, but the more you practice, the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll feel with it. And honestly, every single person that we connect with and talk to responds differently to a text message, a voice memo, or a video message. So I try all three all the time just to see what maybe somebody needs to hear that day. If they need to hear my voice and my excitement, maybe they need to see my face, or maybe they're busy and just want the text so they can read it later. But so I want you to spend at least 10 minutes doing this and send at least 5 voice memos and or video messages out. So who are you going to be sending these messages to? One that's really easy on Instagram or Facebook is people that have liked your stories or your pictures. Instagram stories is a great one because you can see, if you don't know this, in the bottom left-hand corner, there's like a little number that shows how many people have viewed it. If you click on it, it'll show you exactly who has. And you can send them a message exactly, or like right from that list, which is so nice. So if you're like on video, you can be like, hey, Sarah, I saw you watching my stories and it means the world to me. Thank you so much. It can be hard to put yourself out there, but it's also so fun and so rewarding because I get to meet and connect with people like you for my job. I'm curious, have you ever considered doing what I do? Or maybe I'm curious, have you ever considered, or I'm curious, what caught your interest on my page? Whatever feels like you, whatever like the flow that you feel most comfortable with, you can tweak this message however you want. So maybe you're sending a video with that, or maybe you're sending a voice memo with that. But whatever it is, you guys, push yourself out of that comfort zone and just do it, because you will grow and nothing good ever happens in that comfort zone anyways. And maybe, just maybe, that one person needed to hear your voice that day, and your voice and your passion in your voice is what makes them say yes. So I promise you, if you just start practicing this every day a little bit, you'll feel more and more comfortable. And voice memos are so easy. I'll be out on dog walks and be able to send 30 different voice memos out. It's so easy to do while you're cleaning the house or getting dinner ready or anything like that. So they're very handy too. So this is what I try and think about when I get nervous about messaging people that watch my stories or like my pictures. If you're not thanking them for watching or liking your stuff, it would be like if you owned a coffee shop and someone walked in and you were afraid to say hi or ask them what kind of coffee they wanted. Being coaches, most of what we do is virtual, and our social media is our storefront. That's like the window that people see when they're walking by. That's why we're posting consistently. That's why we want our profile picture to be a picture of your pretty faces, no sunglasses, no like scenic pictures, like your pretty face, because that is your storefront to your business. People can buy Beachbody products online on Amazon. They are investing in you as their coach, and they're joining you to be on your team. So make sure that you are being consistent with your posts, but also make sure when people stop by to try your coffee, you thank them for doing it. So don't feel, again, like you're being a burden or you're bugging anybody. You are simply thanking them for checking out your business storefront. All right, so set your timers for 10 minutes and send at least 5 people a video or voice memo. Go. Okay, this one, I just depending on like the time of year and what's going on, I check in with my coaches and challengers at least twice a month. So what I do is I usually do it on Wednesdays. So maybe if you only do it like once a week, like me, you can sit down and do them all at once. Or maybe if you just work it into your power hour as your team grows, you know. So if you are just getting started and maybe you don't have coaches underneath you yet, you can use this time to just send a few more messages to prospects, or a few more voice memos, or anything that works for you. But you will get those coaches and you will get those challenges underneath you. So when you do, I want you to spend 10 minutes doing this at least, depending on the number of your challengers and the number of your coaches. And I have a spreadsheet with all of my coaches and all of my challengers at all times, so I can keep track of them. So send private one-on-one messages to all challengers in your bootcamp. Just check in, see how they're doing, if they have any struggles, any questions, or any wins they want to share with you. And the big thing that I like to check in with is how people are liking their shakes. Because If maybe they aren't so much, maybe they're scared to tell you. Maybe they're scared to like reach out and say, I don't know what to do. So I'm always just like, hey, how are you liking your shakes? And if they're really not, I ask them how they're making it. And then I like to give them a few suggestions. So that's a great time to just check in one-on-one, see how it's going. And if they give you some wins and some successes and seem really excited about it, it's a great time to start talking to them about the coaching opportunity and being like, you're loving your shake. You're rocking this boot camp, which you're basically already doing what a coach does. Why don't we talk about signing you up so you can get that discount and you can get others to join you and make a commission? It really can work like that. The flow can, when people get in the group, they start having success. When you are an advocate of the product, it becomes so much easier and you are literally just sharing what works. You're not selling anything. So the coach check-in, make sure that they are in active status. When people put their things on hold or they don't have at least 50 PV, which is personal volume a month, they go inactive, which affects rank. It affects your carryover volume. It affects a lot of things when you're inactive as a coach. If you guys have any questions about how to check this out, reach out to me and I will definitely show you how to check that. But just make sure that they're in active status and just see how you can best support them. And if they have any struggles, any questions, and help them with anything that they need. Just let them know, hey, I'm here for you, whatever you need. So set your timer for 10 minutes. And again, if you're still growing your team, just send extra messages to prospects at this time. All right, you guys, let's get this done. All right, the next thing is planning posts. And I do try to do this every single day because it saves me so much time when I'm out and about or I'm maybe on vacation or I'm like in a pinch and I want to have a really good post, but I don't have the time to sit and, prepare one. So spend at least 10 minutes. And what you can work on is different posts. So first of all, I want to tell you what I do when I pre-plan posts. I put it in one of two places. I started a private secret Facebook group on Facebook with just myself in it as the only participant, which I think Facebook has changed it where you might have to invite at least one other person to it now. If you do, maybe invite, your significant other, a close friend, a parent, something like that, and then you can always remove them after you get them in the group. But I have a private group in Facebook, and mine's simply called Daily Posts. And when I get ideas or I have good pictures, I'll post them all in there. So when I am in a pinch or I am in a crunch for time, I can copy and paste. The text is already there. The picture's already there. I'm ready to rock and roll. Or if you're on your phone, mostly the note section on your phone, I pre-write a lot of messages on there if I'm on a plane or anything like that where I can just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. So a couple ideas for things you can pre-plan. Think about what you love about coaching. And I am going to put a challenge in the group about make a post and then everybody that likes or comments on it, just a little quick message that you can send them. But if you are like, I don't know what I like about a coach, I want to challenge you to sit down and write 30 things out that you like about coaching. Maybe you're just starting, so maybe things that you're just excited about coaching. So then I try and post at least once or twice a week about just things I love about coaching and how it's changed my life. I usually do more than that. But so you can start writing a post, pre-planning a post about coaching. There are templates, you guys, in our file section. There's great templates in the WildRain Google Drive. And again, if you guys need access to any of that, or if you aren't sure where to find it, reach out to me because we have templates that go over 7 days of the week, and that will give you ideas for 3 posts each day. So it can be a motivational quote. It can be about your program that you're doing. It can be a healthy recipe, or maybe you're reading a book and there's something that you just heard that was so profound that you wanted to share with others. It can be about so many things, and those templates will give you a really good idea when you're stuck. So set your timers for 10 minutes now, and I want you to pre-plan at least 2 posts. So you will be ready to go. Maybe you need to make a post right now. So pre-plan it, post it, and then make another one so you have it sitting there in your arsenal for whenever you need it. Set those timers and let's do it. All right, and the next thing is engaging in groups. And set your timer for 5 minutes. This is something I try to do off and on throughout the day whenever I get it, whenever I get a chance. So what you're gonna be doing here is going into your accountability group, the team page, any free groups that we have run in the past or that you are a part of, and just engage. Go through and like and comment on all the posts that you see. Maybe make a post yourself. Just, really be a coach and show other coaches support, show the challengers support. just show some people some love, because it feels real good, right, when people comment or like your posts. So go ahead and do that. And then if you finish doing those things, go to your timeline tags. So if you aren't aware, when people tag you in posts, they either go directly to your page, or if you have your security settings set up, which I do, so you have to review a post before it goes on your page. When you're on your public profile picture, and again, always let me know if you need help with this, you guys. On the top left corner, I'll have a number of posts that you're tagged in. So I go to there and I go through and I like and I comment on all the posts I've been tagged in. And then if you still have time left, what I do every single day is, on Facebook, it pops up all of your friends that have birthdays that day. I go through and I tell them all happy birthday. And at that time, I'll add them to my prospect list if they aren't already on there. And then in 2 weeks later, I'll send them like one of the messages like, hey, I can't believe it's already halfway through February. Message like that. So just telling them happy birthday, because that's kind and it feels good to get a happy birthday. And then that's kind of like the starting point of your relationship. So I want you to set your timer for 5 minutes at least, and then go through and get these items done. All right, and that is like an hour's worth of work. I need to go back and add it all up. But if you did it for solely the time that were on the slides, that is an hour of work that you can work a day. You can do it in 15-minute pockets, 10-minute pockets, 2 half hours, however it fits into your lifestyle. And they're activities that will build your business. So do these every single day. And I promise you, you will have success if you are consistent, if you show up and you work on these things that do create your business to grow, you will have success. And the amount of time that you spend depends on the size of your goals. If you have huge goals, you will want to up these invites in time that you spend. There's a lot of days where I'll work 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. And then there's days where I'm busy and I only do an hour. But whatever goals you have, let that drive the time that you give into the business. And my coach Jamie always says the number of people you help is a direct reflection of the size of your business. So just think about that. The more your business grows, it's like you're helping people. Those are people that you're helping. And it's such an amazing feeling. Like, we truly have a solution to a problem that so many people in this country and in every country has. So it really truly is an amazing gift that we have to give. So this is one of my favorite quotes, and it so applies to this. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And Henry Ford said that. And you know what? We'd still be like on horse and buggies probably if it weren't for him. But if you're like, this is too hard, I can't do this, I can't message people, I can't add to my network, then you know what? You're right. You can't. But if you're like, you know what? This is a little scary for me. It makes me a little uncomfortable, but I know what this business can do and I have big goals, so I'm going to do it anyways. I can do this. Then you're right. You are going to do that. It is all about your mindset and how you approach it. And honestly, you guys, believe in yourself, have confidence. And again, know that this is an amazing gift that we get to share with people. Do not deny them of this gift because we're scared. I promise you. And I will say, let me end with this. One thing that I do, because I'm not always, you don't always feel like putting in the work. Sometimes you just want to sit down and binge on Netflix. But when you have goals and when you are driven, that means doing things even when you don't feel like it. So if I'm ever in that mode, what I do is I make an Energize and I blast some of my favorite tunes and I get pumped up. It fires me up. And then a lot of times I just keep the music blaring when I'm sending messages, unless it's voice or video messages. But you guys, I know that you can do this. What is so wonderful is that you can work this business in as little as an hour a day. You can break it up into pockets if that's what works best for you. But try this out. Be consistent. Do it every single day for a month and see where your business is. I think you would be surprised. So as always, please let me know if there's anything that you had extra questions on, anything you want me to help you work through. And you can do it, you guys. I believe in you. It is going to be an amazing year for this team. And I can't wait to do this business alongside you. So cheers to the day and cheers to rocking your power hour.